What's poppin', dudes? Back at it again with another spooky video. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite channels on this platform, ImJayStation, and his main shtick is spooky content.
What is poppin', guys? Back with another one. As you guys might have heard by now, Mac Miller unfortunately passed away.
He basically stays up all night. He waits until 3 a.m. That's a very particular time. It's got to be 3 a.m. And then he FaceTimes monsters or demons, and then they always come to his house. They chase him around for a little bit, and then at the last minute, when it looks like they're gonna get him, it cuts to the end credits, and then he just does the whole thing over the next day. Literally the next day. This guy uploads basically every single day. I think this past week he's actually been uploading more than once today, so, you know, which I guess makes sense. I mean, like, if I were getting chased by monsters on a nightly basis, I'd probably want to record that and put that on YouTube too, right? Get some of that good, that ad money. If you haven't seen his videos, this is kind of the gist.
What's poppin', guys? Back with another 3 a.m. challenge. Tonight we are FaceTiming the Nun. Oh my god. Every time I do this, they show up at my house, guys. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my freaking god!
Alright, I gotta pause this right there. As if I could take this video seriously beforehand, I especially can't now, because that is the same mask that they use in that Vine of the nun in the Halloween store. So as you can see, I mean, this content is just bad, right? Like, it's super poorly acted, super poorly written. Nobody would believe that this is actually real, right? Well, that's where his audience comes in, because they're all basically 8 years old. If you look in the comments of any of his videos, it's clear as day. Cody Ko and Danny Gonzalez already did a great job of kind of going through his content and recapping why it's so bad, but I thought I'd go deeper. Basically, what I found during my investigation, if you will, is that ImJayStation relentlessly exploits and manipulates his 8 years old audience. Now, when you or I watch an ImJayStation video, it's super obvious that it's fake. No doubt in our minds, because it is just so obvious. But when an 8-year-old watches his videos, it's not going to be as obvious to them. The problem really starts to arise when his entire viewer base, for the most part, consistently is under the impression that he is in some kind of mortal danger almost every single day. He has a video where he's kidnapped, right? And of course this also happens at 3 a.m. And the kidnapper only wants YouTube clout.
I want to know what your password is.
Right? He kidnaps him and he's like, hey,
I will be taking over this channel. If you guys want to see Jay again, this video has to get 100,000 likes. Let me out of here. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And the video, of course, doesn't get 100,000 likes because even though he has 2.7 million subscribers, nobody gives a shit. The next video that comes along, he's still kidnapped, and his kidnapper takes him into the woods and ties him up with duct tape, and he repeats to the camera that, like, hey, the last video didn't get 100,000 likes, so now I'm just gonna leave JayStation to die.
I told you 100K! 100,000! And you guys don't want to get 100,000? You guys want to see JayStation again?
Now, put yourself in the mental space of an 8-year-old watching this. Maybe you forgot to click like on the last video. Maybe you didn't see it get uploaded. Maybe you now feel indirectly responsible for ImJayStation basically almost dying. That might fuck you up as a little kid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hearing stuff.
Guys, back with another 3 a.m. challenge.
You see, ImJayStation recently opened up a Patreon. Like many creators, he's been hit by the adpocalypse, so he can no longer monetize many, if not all, of his videos. And because he's turned to Patreon, it means that he's now enlisting his army of 8-year-old viewers to essentially pay him on a monthly basis with their own money. And thankfully this seems to have backfired because, I mean, they're 8 years old. They don't really have a whole lot of money to their name. If you go on his Patreon, you can see many people saying, hey, I'm 8 years old, I can't pay you a monthly fee. Okay, now we could spend an entire video talking about the ethics of manipulating your child audience into giving you money on a monthly basis. Another example of ImJayStation just being a bad person is recently when rap artist Mac Miller died. ImJayStation couldn't even wait a full 24 hours before he pretended to talk to Mac Miller's ghost. And during this video, he begs for likes, as he normally does.
So every like on this video is a prayer for Mac Miller, his friends, or his family. Let's try to hit 100,000 likes for Mac Miller, guys.
Just a bad person, man. He's just a bad person. But as far as I'm concerned, we're still just scratching the surface here. Personally, where I think ImJayStation crosses the line from cringy to despicable is when he stops making spooky videos and he starts making videos about how he's homeless. Yep, that's right. ImJayStation pretended to be a homeless person for like a month. So yeah, he pretends to be homeless for basically a month. The first video is innocuous enough. It's actually kind of believable. He talks about how he has an apartment, but he can't go back to it because it's in the United States, and he was barred from the United States because he caused a scuffle at Disney World or something along those lines. And he can't get a new apartment in Canada where he lives because his credit score is terrible. All of which makes at least a moderate amount of sense. But then he goes on to say that, almost flexing on his audience,
And that leaves me completely homeless. Even though I have enough money to rent a whole entire apartment for like 6 years straight, okay? I cannot get one.
basically he's saying that he's full on homeless. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a house anywhere he can stay. And he doesn't know anybody in the area where he can stay with. So he is staying in the woods, right?
What's poppin', guys? Back with another one. As you know, I'm homeless, guys. Last night I built this fort and slept here.
So 2 videos and 4 days later, JayStation uploads a video where he attempts to illegally stay inside of a storage unit. He can't afford a hotel room because he only has $400 to his name. So somehow in 4 days, he's gone from having enough liquid cash to pay for an apartment for 6 years to just $400. However, the most glaring piece of evidence that just completely shoots down this entire idea of him ever being homeless actually comes in the thumbnail for the storage unit video. See, at the end of the video, he gets found out.
Yo, I was just resting, you know, I was just packing. I gotta leave! I gotta leave! Oh my god, guys!
Right, the security guard for the storage lot comes in, opens the door, kicks him out, and starts to call the cops, but ImJayStation just takes off running, right? Very quick interaction. Also, I just wanted to point out that the security guard has a shirt that just says cop. Just cop on it. So, you know, there's that. Very believable. The thumbnail, however, is taken from over the shoulder of the security guard, with both the security guard and ImJayStation in frame. If you watch the video, there are only 2 people there, which means that ImJayStation had his actor of the security guard pose for a thumbnail and then still tried to pass it off like he was actually homeless. Isn't that just great?
Bro, I gotta leave!
Look, I mean, like, getting chased around your house by a nun, that's one thing. That's pretty harmless. But if you're pretending to be homeless for internet clout, what the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly, like, where did shit go wrong in your life where you thought that that was an ethical thing to do at all? And the worst thing is, because his audience is all super young, they all believed it. Like, why wouldn't they? They're not thinking about thumbnails and shit. So, yeah. ImJayStation, he truly does not give a fuck. And he just seems like a real piece of shit. I don't know, guys. It's... Oh, wow. I guess it's fitting, though, that he's ultimately turned to Patreon, which is a platform that's essentially the least accessible to anybody in his audience. If every one of his patrons is backing the minimum amount of $10, he's only making about $180 a month. And he's been pretty open about the fact that his new house that he has, you know, after he was homeless, cost $3,000 a month.
But in case you guys didn't know, life is not free, okay? I'm just in this brand new freaking house. I bought it just to do freaking YouTube videos, guys. This place is like $3,000 a month, okay? This honestly costs a lot of freaking money.
I guess it's pretty fitting that that audience that he's cultivated this entire time is not going to be able to support him and he may genuinely end up homeless, which, don't get me wrong, I never take satisfaction in somebody becoming homeless. But if they pretended to be homeless for internet clout, feels a little bit like karma. That's just me. Anyways, guys, that's my video. If you liked it, leave it a like, maybe even subscribe. Also, big news, I have a Discord now. A couple of you have already found it. I linked it in the channel art on my main page, but I'll also put it in the description down below. So if you got the time or you're interested, hop on the server. I'll try to talk to as many of you guys as I can. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. If you want to stay updated on future videos, make sure to follow my Twitter or my Instagram, or both. I mean, you know, gotta get that clout. Gotta get that clout. Gotta pretend to be homeless. Gotta get that clout. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Holy shit, we're at 4,000 subscribers. It feels like every one of these videos that I'm making is just turning into a milestone video, which I promise that is not my intention. I feel like we're officially at a level now where I could have a name for you guys. But I have no idea. Drop your suggestions in the comments. What should I call you guys? Anyways, thank you guys for watching again, and yeah, see you guys next time.